Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for the small account challenge, episode 5. And if you're interested in any of the services I provide, please check out the links in the description below for both the Patreon and Discord. And if you'd like to make sure you stay up to date with this small account challenge, make sure to subscribe, maybe give me a like, maybe a share or two, and just help a brother out, okay? And definitely leave a comment. Make sure to tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, because I'd like to improve, and I do love a pat on the back. Okay, now let's get into the small account. So essentially, as you can see, we're having a very, very good trade. Again, this is also coming off of the CPI data that just came out. So it's a bullish print on CPI. So that was to be expected. I was forecasting it either to hit the forecast or be lower. So make sure if you're following me, make sure to watch my market recaps. I do go over the news quite often, and I did talk about yesterday in yesterday's recap. Essentially, what was to be expected of this CPI? It was very unlikely to come above. So it was likely to come at forecast or below. And then this is also going to further vindicate that the Fed is likely going to start easing, not just this raising of rates coming tomorrow, but also next month as well. So we're looking at a nice time where we're going to have some short-term bullishness, and I think this is the beginning of a bear market rally for both crypto and stocks, and we're starting to see the early signs of that. So looking at the Ethereum trade. So let me just go over. I had like 3 trades that. Well, this is the 3rd trade. So I had 2 trades previous to this that started to go pretty bad. Okay, so essentially, after this winning trade, which blocked out this kind of ticky-tack loss back and forth, I decided to go for a long on ETH because I was actually looking at it back over here to go long, and I'm like, okay, this looks good. And I was looking for pretty much the movement we're seeing here. I was seeing some confluence on both the 15-minute here and then the 4 hours showing bullishness. So the 4-hour time frame, so be prepared for all these damn arrows. Sorry about that. This is where I went long first, right? So I was going long first around this zone here, and then what I found, right here. So what I found is, as I went long down here, I kind of added on to the long. I was looking for this bullish candle right here, this one, to break out further. But what I found was it wasn't. It was actually starting to show a lot more weakness, but unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention, and it all started happening while I was asleep. So I put my stop loss, fairly tight for the trade I was trying to do. I actually had it under this swing low, but my average was around this level here. I actually had it just under this candle. It ended up being about $22.81 because it filled all my add-ons. So it would have been a smaller position and a smaller loss if it didn't fill my add-ons, but it did. Okay, I did feel like just looking at the structure here, that as we came into this closure, that it was likely going to have a bullish consolidation, which is what I was seeing here. So when I went to bed, I was very confident that we were going to see that continuation higher like we are now, but instead it needed further pullbacks. It needed to make another higher low from this structure here. So as that happened, I woke up and I saw we got stopped out. That's how I ended up getting that $22 loss. It was pretty unfortunate, but that's what happens. That's what happens with trading. You can't really do much about it. You just have to be able to withstand those losses and protect your overall account, and that's all via position sizing. So losing the $22 did hurt, especially because it just ate a good chunk of my profits away. Starting at 100, getting up towards the 160s, it was definitely tough. It was definitely tough to deal with, but it was I think the risk was definitely worth it for the potential reward, as you're seeing now. And then I had a short right around here that actually was going in my favor. I did it right early in the morning. Like when I say morning, I mean like early morning, like 4 in the morning. Ended up putting my my stop loss to break even, just slightly in profit, and that's what happened. It came back up and started tapping that, and I ended up just making just under $3. I'm not gonna be upset about it. I was looking for the move further down right here, but like here, it had to come up a little bit higher and just take a little bit more liquidity, and then it broke down again. And then as it came here, I was watching for the 4 hours, looking for any sort of slowdown structure. Saw this doji candle. I was like, okay, that's very interesting. And then I went back onto the 15-minute and pretty much just watched for about half a day to almost a full day until I saw what I liked, which was essentially this breakdown and then this consolidation higher. And then as we came to fill this fair value gap, we started trading within it. I decide I'm going to take this buy here. So off this drop here, I took the buy, and then I watched for these lows to get taken out to invalidate my thesis that we're going to go higher. And essentially that didn't happen. We had the nice breakup. I was very close to closing here, but I wanted to watch as price came back down to this consolidation here, tapped it via the wick, filled out the fair value gap that was residing right here, and then we had that continuation, and then boom, the CPI data came out, and it came out bullish. So now we get to enjoy the profits here. Now I haven't decided whether I'm going to close out here. I'm very close to, because I'm watching the daily time frame at this point on Ethereum. Actually, let's go to Ethereum here real quick, so we can see a little bit clearer on the daily. So essentially, Ethereum is hitting this bearish fair value gap zone right here, just on the bottom side. I'm gonna let this go for a little bit on the small account, give it some time. Maybe it can get enough fuel to have continuation to break further into this structure and try and fill out this fair value gap, potentially getting towards 14. And if we have a really good day as the U.S. markets open in just under an hour, we could potentially get to 1500. Because I'm also seeing signs. You're seeing Bitcoin breaking through. You're seeing a lot of bullish indications everywhere. So what I want to do is try and let this run. But we have hit our goal. Via the unrealized profits. So we hit 200, we're at 233 total. So, that's great, but it's technically not official until I take the profits. Now, depending on what happens, let's just say I do end up closing above, at 200 or above 200. I'm going to be doing a poll in the Discord about whether or not people want me to continue the small account challenge. And if you're not in the Discord, make sure you are. That way you can let me know. Also let me know in the comments, if it were to continue, where you would like for me to target next. Now don't say like $20,000 or anything, because you want to keep things realistic. I'm doing the small account challenge not for myself mainly, but mainly to give an example of how you can grow a small account fairly fast. And you want to have realistic goals. That's a huge thing. You want to have realistic goals when you're doing something. It helps keep you focused and not really get too greedy. So, if I do make this 200 plus, then where would you guys like me to bring the account? Do you want me to try double it again to get to 400? Do you want me to try and get to 5 or 1,000? Be within the realm of reality. And then if we, God willing, do hit those higher numbers, 500, 1,000, then we can potentially look at trying to grow it more if that's what people want. But overall, I'm pretty happy in these 5 episodes now of how this went. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed this small account challenge, whether this is the last episode or not. Please make sure, if you have any questions, join the Discord. It's the easiest way to get in contact with me. And if you like to day trade with me, I day trade for about 1 to 2 hours almost every day, but it's every weekday. And it's usually in the New York Open time, but depending on the day, it may be sometime a little later. But you can check out that service in the Discord, in the Patreon link. It's the BLM tier. If you want to learn how to trade like me, whether you're a swing trader or a day trader, my thesis, my ideas of the markets can kind of work on an either sort of trading style. Make sure to check out that service on the Patreon. That's to become a lemon lover. That's in my opinion, the most valuable service I provide. There's nothing more valuable than getting the skill yourself and being able to do it yourself. And then if you just want to follow my swing trades, which have been extremely successful this year, we've only had one loser. Yeah, we've actually only had one loser in stocks and one loser in crypto this entire year since I've started the service. So here's the stocks. I show every single trade I take, if you remember, and I log, how they went, how long they lasted, from the entry date to the exit price, and how much we've made. and obviously the positions we've taken long or short and on what asset. So on stocks, we've only had one loser, which was this SOS, and it was a minor loser. And overall, we've been absolutely killing it. And then crypto, same thing. We've only had one loser so far. We had a pretty big loser on a 5% position on Luna. So I lost just under 72% on 5%. Which again in the grand scheme of things is nothing, but it was a tough loser to to deal with at the time. Thankfully, the month went so well, we still broke out profitable. But yeah, again, everyone remembers what happened to Luna. I got caught up in that, unfortunately. And then and then the year, it's been absolutely great. So if you're interested on following my swing trades, make sure to hop on in. All right, everyone, that's it. Thanks again for following the series, and thanks again for supporting me, whether you're a free member or a premium member. And remember, be patient, be vigilant, and be nimble. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.